Hi guys, welcome to Palo Alto World. Today we will discuss about Palo Alto. So guys, before discussing the Palo Alto, I would like to discuss the basic terminology of firewall and different firewall techniques and what is the need of next generation firewall. So guys, before understanding Palo Alto, this is recommended you must know what is firewall, what is the different firewall techniques, and why we need exactly next generation firewall nowadays. So, guys, before wasting time, let's start. So, guys, first of all, we must know what is firewall. So, guys, exactly if we are talking what is firewall, so firewall is a system or group of system that manage access level and security between two or more network. So guys, first of all, we must discuss a scenario, and in that scenario we will discuss point what is firewall. So guys, first of all, we must know if I'm talking about a network. So guys, we have two type of network. First is a private network, and second is public network. So, guys, what is the private network and what is the public network? So, private network means the network under our organization, and public network means internet. So, guys, we must remember when we are just going to deploy any firewall, not Palo Alto. So, we must understand private network and public network. So guys, if we are talking a company, so in every company you will get a private network and a public network. So suppose that guys, we have number of clients. Suppose we have number of clients, just like here. Suppose we have some number of clients over here, and further these clients are connected through a switch. So now we are just going to use a layer 2 switch. So all these clients are connected to a switch. And now this switch is further connected through a router. And further this router is connected through a ISP, internet service provider. So now guys, in this design, if we are discussing how many type of network we are using, as I have discussed, we have a private network and a public network. So now guys, in this network, if I am asking which part is private network and which part is public network, so guys, over here, this part is your private part, and this part is your public part. So now guys, in security technology, in security technology, we have introduced some specific keyword for this private network, that is inside network. That is inside network. And one more keyword that we will use over here is trusted network. Trusted means our network, means our private network is also known as trusted network. And according to next generation firewall, this site is known as trusted zone. Trusted zone. We will discuss about zone. We will discuss. Don't worry, guys. So the keyword according to the security that we will use for our private network, either that will be inside network or that will be a trusted network, or sometime you will listen trusted zone. And the network that is ISP network, we always say this is outside network, outside network, or you can say this is untrusted network. You know, public network is untrusted network. And according to next generation firewall, we will say untrusted zone. Untrusted zone. So guys, as we have discussed, in our network, we are using two kind of network, private network and public network. As you know, guys, public network is unsecured network. Public network is unsecured network. Why? Because here you will get malware, virus, many kind of hackers, means many unexpected tasks will be done by this part that will harm your network. So guys, as we have discussed, this is our private network and this is our public network. This is our public network. So now, exactly why we use firewall, guys? So just see, firewall is a system or group of system that manage access level and security between two or more network. So guys, exactly what is the meaning of this? Just see, this network is my inside network and this network is my outside network. If any client want to go from trusted network to untrusted network, so I want to allow. And if any untrusted network want to just come inside my trusted network, then I want to say deny. So exactly the traffic that is just moving from your trusted network to untrusted network, you want to allow, and the traffic that is moving from untrusted network to trusted network, you want to deny. So that kind of management, that kind of access label and security, we will define by firewall. And one more thing, guys, if you have seen router, then the functions that router does, just like routing, just like netting, we can perform these tasks on the firewalls. Exactly, guys, firewall provides advanced level security. Firewall provides advanced level security that router doesn't provide. So guys, now we have cleared what is firewall. So again, we will discuss now little bit. What is firewall? Firewall is a system or group of system that manage access level and security between two or more network. Means if your trusted clients just want to go outside the network, this means they just want to access the internet, you want to allow your network. And if any untrusted client is just accessing your network, then just you want to deny your network. So for that access level and security, we need firewall. So guys, now you have got what is the meaning of firewall and why we need firewall. So guys, here we will discuss the next term, that is firewall technique. Actually, guys, whatever firewall we are using our network to protect, uh, every firewall uses packet filtering technique or proxy server technique or stateful firewall technique or transport firewall technique. So we will discuss one by one in this video. So guys, first of all, we will discuss the packet filtering. So here we will discuss what is packet filtering and why we need packet filtering. In this scenario, we will need packet filtering. Actually, guys, the concept that you have just learned in routing switching in CCNA. So in CCNA, we have discussed about access list. If you want to permit or you want to deny traffic from your inside network to outside network or outside network to inside network or between the network. So we can just filter the traffic according to the access list. as we have discussed much more, access list is what is access list, guys? Do you know? Okay, so guys, access list is a layer 3 security. Actually, if we are discussing access list is nothing. Access list is a set of groups. You can say some group of statement. You can say an access list is a group of statement in which you are just defining which traffic you want to allow, which traffic you want to deny. So such a statement we just write in access list. And guys, on the behalf of your statement, your traffic will move from your inside network to outside network or outside network to inside network. So, guys, if we are discussing about packet filtering, so in packet filtering, packets are filtered using access list, just like we have seen in Cisco standard access list, extended access list, named access list, time-based access list, dynamic access list, and reflexive access list. Guys, if we are filtering traffic based on source IP, then we are using standard access list. If we are just filtering traffic based on source IP, destination IP, source port, destination port, protocol ID, then we are using standard access list. So guys, just like that, we will just use the technique if we are using packet filtering. So guys, if we are talking about advantage, what kind of advantage if we are using packet filtering? So guys, this is cost effective. This is cost effective. And if we are talking about the disadvantage, so guys, this is not scalable. So guys, as now you have cleared what is packet filtering and what is advantage and what is the disadvantage. So further now, we will discuss about proxy server. Guys, the second technique that we used in our network to protect our security. We need proxy server. So exactly, guys, how proxy server works, we'll just discuss. It works as intermediate system between inside and outside network. It will not allow inside user to go outside directly and vice versa. So guys, just discuss with the help of a scenario. So you will get very clear what is proxy server and what kind of terminology proxy server is using. So guys, just see, suppose that I have a scenario over here. I have some scenario, just like I have some clients, just so guys, suppose I have some clients, they are over here, and I have a switch that I have used to connect my devices. And guys, now I have used a proxy server over here, and now this proxy server is connected to the switch, and now we have connected a router over here, and this router is connected through a ISP. So now, guys, this is our proxy server. This is our proxy server. So now, how traffic will move in this network if we are using proxy server? Then just see, guys. Suppose that, guys, this, as this was our trusted network, and this is our untrusted network. And now, guys, proxy server filters traffic based on URL, based on URL. So now, exactly what I want www.google.com is allowed. Google.com is allowed for these network or for these clients, and www.facebook.com is denied for these clients. Okay, guys. So exactly what we want. We want to filter this traffic based on the URL, and we want this client can access Google, but these client can access Facebook.com. So exactly, guys, what will happen if we have used a proxy firewall? So guys, what will happen when this client will generate? Suppose that this client having IP 192.168.10.1, and he want to access google.com. He want to access google.com. So guys, for now, we just assume the IP of google.com is 8.8.8.8, 8.8.8.8. So guys, now this client will generate a packet, and in this he will say my IP is 192.168.10.1. This is the source IP, and this client randomly generate a port number that is known as source port number, and maybe let's assume it just generate port number 5000, and destination IP. Destination IP is the Google IP. Then suppose that destination IP is 8.8.8.8. This is the public IP. Destination port. And guys, this is the web traffic. So the port number will be port number ST. Suppose we are using HTTP protocol to access the web service. So now, guys, this client just want to access internet. So this request will go through the switch. Switch will receive this traffic, and switch will forward this traffic to the router. Then router will receive this traffic at this interface. This is inside interface. Then router will redirect this traffic to the proxy server. And according to the statement, you have just permitted google.com, you have denied facebook.com. So suppose this client want to access Facebook. So what will happen? This request will send this client will send a request to the switch. Switch will forward this traffic to the router. Router will receive this traffic, and router will forward this traffic to the firewall. Firewall will just you can say proxy server. Proxy server will just check either this traffic is permitted or denied. If this packet is denied, then firewall just discard this traffic, and this client will not able to access the Facebook. But suppose this client is generating a traffic for google.com. So this client will generate a traffic for google.com. So here it will add google.com, and now this traffic just go through the router. Router will receive the traffic, and router will redirect the traffic to the proxy firewall. Proxy firewall will receive this traffic and will just inspect the condition. Then in this condition or in the statement, proxy server will get google.com is allowed. So proxy server will redirect this traffic to the router. Router will get this traffic, and then router will forward this traffic to the ISP. So guys, this is the working of proxy server. So if we have just discussed in proxy server, in proxy server, traffic between inside and outside network, traffic between inside and outside network is just go through the proxy server. This is the intermediate system. Means if your traffic is just initiating from your inside network to outside network or from outside network to inside network, in both cases, traffic will just go through the proxy server. So now guys, we have just discussed how proxy server works. And now what is the limitation of proxy server? We will discuss that. Guys, if we are talking about proxy server, so proxy server is just providing, you can say, is giving a very big problem, that is single point of failure. Means what? Means guys, if my proxy server goes down, if proxy server goes down, so guys, what will happen? If proxy server goes down, then what will happen? Just see guys, if this is the proxy server and all the clients are connected to this proxy server. Okay. So now what will happen? Just see. Suppose guys, proxy server goes down. So what will happen? This client will generate traffic to go outside the network. Then this traffic just reach to the router. Then router will redirect this traffic to the proxy server, but proxy server is down. So this is the problem. This is a single point of failure. If single point goes down, then my all network stop. My all network stop. So this is the big problem. And over here, the problem is more delay. The second problem that we are facing in proxy server is more delay. Means what? If this client is generating traffic for google.com, then this traffic first of all reach the router. Then router will redirect this traffic to the proxy server. Then proxy server will redirect this traffic to the this router, and then this router will forward this traffic to the ISP. So now we are getting too much delay over here. So this is the problem. This is the problem in proxy server. So in proxy server, we are getting more delay. So I hope you have cleared what is proxy server and how proxy server works, and limitation of proxy server, single point of failure. Means, if my proxy server goes down, then my just communication between public network and private network will be dropped, and this is providing more delay. So we have discussed about these points. So now guys, so now we will discuss about the third point, that is stateful firewall. So the third technique that we will discuss now is stateful firewall. Guys, this is too much good point, and we will discuss. Guys, if we are talking about stateful firewall, so guys, in stateful firewall, it maintains state of the connection when packet is traveling through the firewall, and it maintains state of the connection in state table. Guys, we will discuss this in a scenario, then this will be very uh, helpful for you. So I'm just making a scenario. So guys, suppose that I have some clients. I have some client, and these clients are connected through a switch, and between that I have a firewall, and this firewall is just connected through a ISP, and now exactly how stateful firewall works. Actually, guys, Stateful firewall creates a state table. Stateful firewall creates a state table. And in state table, it maintains the session. It maintains the session. How many session it maintain, we will discuss. So in state table, what kind of information it will create? Just see. So guys, suppose that this is the client and this client just want to access google.com. Google.com. So first of all, this client generate a packet. Suppose that guys, this client having IP 192.168.10.1. So guys, this client will generate a packet. In that packet, it will add the source IP, source port number. Suppose that it generated its source port number 5000. Destination IP means it's just want to suppose that the IP of google.com is 8.8.8.8. Destination IP. Destination port number, this is the web traffic and this is using HTTP port number 80. So now this traffic will just go through the firewall. So now firewall will get this traffic and will just generate a state table. And in this state table, it will just add source IP, that is 192.168.10.1. Source port number, suppose that 5000, it initiates. Destination IP is what? Suppose the Google IP is 8.8.8.8. Destination port number, it is using HTTP port number 80. So guys, in state table, firewall will just maintain this session ID, this session. And now firewall will receive this traffic and firewall will just generate a state table, and then it will forward the traffic to the ISP. And now over here, there is a Google server. Google server received this information or this request, get request, and will just send back a reply. And at the moment Google server sends reply, it will just generate a packet, and in that it will say my source IP is 8.8.8.8. My source port number is at port 80. My destination IP is 192.168.10.1. And destination port is 5000. So now this client means the server will generate this packet and will forward this information to the ISP. ISP will forward this information to the firewall. When firewall receives this information, then first of all, firewall will check the session. And in that, it will see if session is created. If session is created before and it is getting in its state table, then firewall will forward this traffic to the client. If this session table is not created, then firewall will drop the traffic over here. Actually, firewall creates a state table only when a packet originates from inside network and go to the outside network. So guys, if such a traffic is moving. So firewall will forward this traffic. Why? Because in state table, firewall has already created the session ID, this session, and now when this packet will receive at the firewall, then firewall will check. Okay, this session is already created, so just allow the traffic. Suppose, guys, there is another person who is sitting over here, and he just want to access. He just want to access the client. So he will just originate its IP. Suppose that is IP is 100. This is a public IP 100.100.10.1, and it generates its source port number 5000, and the destination IP is 192.168.10.1, and the destination port is by web it is accessing this server, this client, so that port number will be 80. So now this client will generate this traffic. Now this client will send this traffic to the ISP will forward this traffic to the firewall. As firewall receives this traffic, first of all firewall will just check in its state table. So in its state table, firewall will not get the entry of this packet or this information. So firewall will drop this packet over here. Because firewall will allow only when this traffic, when this firewall have an entry in its state table about this connection. So hopefully you have cleared what is stateful firewall. So just see what is stateful firewall. It maintains state of the connection when packet is traveling through the firewall. So as I told you, when any client is just generating or originating any traffic from inside network to outside network, or you can say private network to public network, when router will receive this traffic, then first of all, sorry, not router, firewall. When firewall will just receive this traffic, then first of all, firewall will just maintain what? A state table. Firewall will maintain a state table, and in that state table, firewall maintains the entry of source IP, source port, destination IP, and destination port. When firewall will receive any traffic from public network to private network, means outside network to inside network, then first of all, firewall will check the state table. In state table, if firewall will get the entry, then it will allow the traffic from outside to inside. Otherwise, it will deny the traffic. So guys, stateful firewall just maintain what? A state table. And in that table, it will just add the connection entry. Okay, guys. So hopefully all you have clear what is a stateful firewall and how does a stateful firewall works. And now the point that we are going to discuss is transparent firewall. So guys, this is too much important firewall. So now let's discuss what is stateful, what is transparent firewall. So guys, just discuss a scenario, and in that scenario, we will discuss what is transparent firewall. So guys, if we are talking about transparent firewall, in transparent firewall, we are using both interface in same IP subnet. And transparent firewall filters traffic based on code and protocol. So guys, let's discuss a scenario, and in that scenario, I will discuss how exactly transparent firewall works, and exactly what is the scenario in that we need transparent firewall. Guys, let's assume I have a network. I have a network, and in this network, I have n number of clients, and these clients are connected through a switch, and I have a router over here, and this router is connected through a ISP. Guys, if these clients just want to go outside the network, means from this private network to public network, so this client needs default gateway. These client needs what? Default gateway. And as you know, default gateway is the IP address of this router interface that is directly connected to your LAN. So the IP that you have assigned over here will be the default gateway of this client. So guys, in this network, I just want to implement a firewall. I just want to implement a firewall, but I don't want to disturb my network. But I don't want to disturb my network. Exactly what means we don't want to change any kind of IP scheme. We don't want to change any kind of IP scheme. We don't want to change any kind of default gateway. We don't want to change any kind of routing stuff. So in this network, what we need a firewall, but we don't want to change IP schema. We don't want to change default gateway address. We don't want to change any routing. So if we need such a scenario, then we just use transparent firewall. Actually, guys, if we are using firewall, so what we will do, we will just cut this cable and we will just connect a firewall over here. And then we will have to just implement IP over here, and then we will have to implement IP over here. And now, the IP that we will use over here will be the default gateway of these clients. So we don't want to make such a change over here. We just simply just want to add a firewall, and we just want to just filter the traffic based on port and protocol number. So exactly what we will say, we will just add a firewall over here, and we will just use the same subnet IP of this network. So this firewall will not just configure any kind of different network IP. So we can use the transparent firewall, and there is no need to just assign IP over here. We just simply add this firewall on this interface, and then firewall will forward this traffic from this client to this ISP, and there is no need to just assign IP on these interfaces. So, guys, if we don't want to change any kind of IP schema, we don't want to change any kind of default gateway, we don't want to change any kind of routing. We just simply want to add a firewall in our network, and we just want to filter the traffic based on port and the port protocol ID. So we can just deploy firewall in transparent mode. So guys, now we have cleared much more about firewall. And guys, these are the basic stuff that are very compulsory and useful if you are going to learn Palo Alto. So in Palo Alto session 1, I have discussed the basic terminology and basic concepts about firewall. So in next video, we will discuss about the Palo Alto concepts, and in that we will discuss about next generation firewall. This is too much important, next generation firewall. So for now, this is sufficient. But in next video, I will discuss need of next generation firewall, and in that I will clear every concepts about next generation firewall. So guys, meet in our next video.